So today we are going to discuss about applied immunology. Before going towards autoimmune diseases, we are going to discuss today about applied immunology, that is tissue transplantation. This part is very important before going towards autoimmune diseases. This lecture is for this applied immunology. Okay. Okay. Welcoming all other students, we will just revise our last topic of autoimmunity. Yes, what is autoimmunity? Yes.
It is a state in which the body immune system fails to distinguish between self and non-self
Okay.
tissues
Yes.
and cells.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay. Then, what are the theories which explain this autoimmunity?
Inductive theory and selective theory.
Selective theory.
And selective theory. So, what is
Selective theory.
inductive theory?
Inductive theory. Body can recognize the difference between self and non-self proteins.
Huh.
And
So the self proteins, they are recognized by our body's defense mechanism. Okay.
yes.
And
Hmm.
self proteins, they are only attacked by our defense mechanism.
Yes. Hmm.
And what is the other one? What is the other?
Selective.
Huh?
Selective.
Huh?
Selective
Selectivity.
What is that?
In
Clones
that,
of things.
Embryonic life.
in the fetal life, there are when there is an interaction with the antigen,
And forbidden
the
body
clones
cells are
antigens
formed.
are formed which have the capacity to form their antibodies, but somehow by some mechanism, if there is if some of the antigen enters the body, they fails to produce antibodies,
Clones.
those clone cells. Yes.
So somatic maturation.
What are the names of that clones? They are
Forbidden.
forbidden clones. They are forbidden clones.
Forbidden
Clones.
Huh.
Yes.
So they have ability to react against that particular immunoglobulins, but because of some defects, they could not synthesize, or they could not make clones and could not react against the foreign proteins. Okay.
Foreign proteins. Yes.
Okay. So autoimmunity you studied, I think, is well and good. Now today we are going. We are going to discuss about autoimmune diseases serially one by one. But before going towards autoimmune diseases, we are going to discuss about this applied immunology, that is tissue transplantation reaction. It is also very important part of your syllabus from the immunity. Okay. So what is definition of transplantation? It is nothing but implantation of non-self tissue into the body. Implantation of non-self tissues in the body. The process of taking cells, tissues, or the organs called a graft transplant from one part or individual and placing them into another individual. Either it is taken by these parts taken from the same individual, or it is taken from the other individual. Okay. So, it is a process of taking cells, tissues, or organs called a graft transplant from one part or of that same individual or from other one and placing them into the another individual. Now, donor, the individual, what is the donor? The individual who provides the graft is called as donor. And recipient or host, the individual who receives the graft. Understood about these terminologies? Because these terminologies we are going to discuss while discussing this about this transplantation reactions. Okay. So it is a nothing but Definition of transplantation, nothing but non-self tissues, implantation of non-self tissues into the body. Okay. So various organs or tissues can be transplanted from the same individual, or it can be taken from the other individual. Okay. Now, the transplantation of tissue or organ is classified into 4 groups. This transplantation of tissue or organ, this process, this is classified into 4 groups. 4 terminologies we are using, and on that, according to that terminologies, we are going to look for whether this transplant is from same individual, from other. Okay. So first is autograft. The first part is about autograft, in which donor and recipient is the same individual. The donor or the host, recipient, that is host. Donor and host is the same individual. So in case of example, in case of burns, if the part is get very much deformed, then in that individual, the part, that is the skin from the thigh or chest or abdomen, taken and implanted on that particular burned site. That is called as autograft. So the donor and recipient is the same individual in that case. The second is isograft, is the graft between the donor and recipient of the same genotype, that is identical twins. Okay. Isograft, it is between donor and recipient or the host of the same genotype. The genotype of that particular host and recipient is same. The genes, they are the same genotype. The structure of genes, they are same. So we call it as isograft. Then the third terminology is about allograft, in which the donor is the same species but of different genotype. The species is same, but it is the different genotype. Okay. And lastly, xenograft, in which the donor is different species from that of the recipient. The species is different. Okay. The species is different, that is animal, humans, like that. Here the species is same, but of the different genotype. The genotype is different. Here the species are different. So it is called as xenograft. So there are transplantation of tissue or organ. They are classified into 4 groups. Autograft, isograft, allograft, and xenograft. Okay. Now next, it is the application of allografting transplantation. So allograft, what is allograft? Yes, allograft is the donor is of the same species but different genotype. Okay. So in this case, these are some values are given of about this particular allograft transplantation. These are the percentage wise or the numbering of this allograft transplantation. See, cornea, transplantation of cornea, it is 40,000 per year. Lung transplantation, 845 in 1998. It has been done in 1998. Heart transplant, 2,314 in 1998. Now the recent values, I don't have recent values, but this numbers is surely it is more. Okay. Now liver transplantation in 1998, 4,450, like this. Bone marrow transplantation, then kidney transplantation, pancreas, blood, that is 14 million units each year is get transplanted, and skin transplantation. So this is allograft transplantation, allogenic transplantation, allografting, we call it as allografting transplantation. So these are the numbers. In case you should know that what are the parts, at least you should know the what are the parts get transplanted from one individual to other. Okay, so it is cornea, it is lung, it is heart, it is liver, it is bone marrow, it is kidney, pancreas, it is blood, and skin can be transplanted. Now, the role of HLA in transplantation. What is HLA? Yes, any one of you? What is HLA? Long form of HLA? I told you previously.
Histocompatibility.
Yes, yes.
Histocompatibility locus antigens.
It is HLA,
Human leukocyte antigen.
Human leukocyte antigens.
Yes, human leukocyte antigen.
Antigen.
So, role of HLA transplant. What is the role of HLA in transplantation? Now, in allograft, in match or mismatch between donor or host is played by class 1 and class 2 loci. There are the class 1, and I am not going in detail with this. These are the class 1 and class 2 loci of HLA due to activation of antigenic receptors on host T cell. The T cell is from the host side, T cell against the donor allograft due to alloreactivity, that is anti-graft T cell response. Okay, it is known as anti-graft T cell response. It is happens in match or mismatched transplantation. Okay, between donor and host. So this class 1 and class 2 loci of HLA, they plays very important role due to activation of antigenic receptors. Whenever this antigenic receptors present on the host T cell, so the graft, that is recipient, we call it as a recipient T cell against the donor allograft. Now the common transplant of this, the role of HLA in common transplantations like tissue and organ transplants are possible for vast tissue type. Now, what are the transplant organs, transplantation organs? Just we have seen that skin, bone marrow, kidney, heart, lung, liver, pancreas, intestine, corneas, bones, tendons, ligaments, veins, etc. can be transplanted. But most of the common transplants are skin grafting, organ transplantation of kidney and liver, then cell transplantation of bone marrow and musculoskeletal tissue. These are the common transplants. Okay, these are the very common transplants among all these things. Common transplants are skin grafting, organ transplantation of kidney and liver. Then maybe now heart transplantation is also become very much common. Okay, then cell transplantation, then cornea transplantation is again very much common. Musculoskeletal tissues. Okay. Now the donor type. These are the donor types. Now living donor. In this, donor is live and donates renewable tissue, that is skin, or an organ from paired organ, that is kidney. Can transplant the organ from paired organ, that is kidney, or a part of an organ, that is a part of liver or lobe of lung, or part of the intestine can be transplanted. Then cells, that is bone marrow, cells from the bone marrow, they can use for transplantation in the living donor. It is the living donor. Then second type of donor is deceased or cadaveric donor. What is cadaver? Yes. What is meaning of
Dead body.
Yes.
Dead body.
Dead body.
Dead body.
Dead
Dead person. Deceased or dead person. So in that case, in case of brain dead individuals. Brain dead individuals. But before that, this brain dead, this should be announced by the hospital staff. This brain dead person is, it should be first declared by that hospital staff, and then only that particular brain dead individual, the organ can get transplanted. But when they get transplanted, when the circulation or the organs are viable, that is, that particular person, it should be on ventilator. Okay, it should be on ventilator. These are some what we call it as rules for this cadaveric transplantation or brain dead person transplantation or deceased person transplantation. So in that case, the other organ should be viable. That is, the person should be on the ventilator. The circulation should remain viable. So in that case only, that brain dead person, if it is announced by the hospital, it should be declared by the hospital chief, and then only that particular transplantation is possible. Now, second, organ or tissue donation of circulatory death donor. That is, whenever the heart is stopped. Whenever the heart is stopped, so the organ should remove from that particular body, from that particular person in few hours. There are restrictions about that particular removal of that hour. There are some hours, or there are some time period. It is definitely, it is given by WHO. In that particular time only, organs should get removed or get transplanted. In case of circulatory dead donor, that is, whenever the heart gets stopped. Brain dead individual, the heart is not stopped. It is, the circulation is remain, that is viable. In case of the person, if it is on the ventilator. Okay. So these are some rules and regulation of this disease of cadaveric donor. Living donor. In living donor, these organs can get removed by the mutual, this particular some rules. Okay, there are also some rules, but this living donor donation is much easier than this disease of cadaveric donor transplantation. Now next, transplant rejection. Now it is very common thing occurs in transplantation, that is transplant, we call it as transplant rejection. So for successful transplantation, to rule out or to get this particular successive transplantation, what are the some difficulties? That is immunological rejection, then matching HLA type for MHC genes between donor and recipient are very, very important. So these things are very, very important for successful transplantation. Okay, that is matching of HLA, human leukocyte antigen type, for this major histocompatible genes between donor and recipient. It is very, very important. This matching is very, very important. The greater the genetic disparity in HLA alliance between donor and recipient, the stronger and more rapid will be the rejection action. If disparity, genetic disparity is more between donor and recipient, there will be stronger rejection. The graft, this transplanted organ or transplanted graft, it is quickly rejected if that disparity, genetic disparity is very much strong. So this matching HLA, matching of HLA type for MHC genes between donor and recipient is very, very important for this successful transplantation reaction. For now, the another problem, so this is one of the problem, that is the genetic disparity, and another problem appears in bone marrow transplantation is GVH, that is graft versus host reaction. It is GVH, that is graft versus host reaction. This results when immunocompetent cells are transplanted to an immunodeficient recipient. If that recipient is immunodeficient, then in that case his problem occurs. That is the problem of graft versus host reaction. So immunocompetent, immunodeficient recipient, this graft rejection is very, very common. Okay. Now the clinical features for this GVH, whenever this graft versus host reaction occurs, in case of immunodeficient recipient, what will be the clinical features? There will be fever, then there is weight loss. So within week or within days, this particular clinical features appears in that particular recipient. So that is anemia, then dermatitis, diarrhea, pneumonia, hepatosplenomegaly. So these are the signs of transplant rejection. These are the signs of transplant rejection. For to successful carry out this particular transplantation, this matching of HLA type or MHC genes between donor and recipient is very, very important. There should not be any disparity. There should not be any difference between this particular genotypes. So this will create problems like rejection, transplant rejection reaction. And the other type, if the patient is immunodeficient, then it will again give rise to graft versus host reaction. Okay, so these are the two important things which are the which makes trouble in case of in the way of successful transplantation reaction. So transplant rejection is very, very important. Why we are discussing transplant rejection? Because it is a pathology. The successful transplantation is a very much important process. But what are the problems that we are discussing here? Now, what is the mechanisms of transplant rejection? Now, what are the mechanisms by which this transplant rejection can occur? Okay, so any one of these mechanisms, this transplant get rejected. Either it is isograft, either it is allograft. Okay, very rarely with this last type, that is xenograft. Okay, because this type of transplantation is very much rare. So the difficulties they are also rare, but here the common difficulties are in allograft, in isograft. Okay, the mechanisms of transplant rejection. Now, these mechanisms, they work through again immune reactions, that is cell-mediated immunity and humoral immunity. These two immunity or immunological reactions behind this transplant rejection are very, very important. So cell-mediated immune reaction. The acute rejection reaction occurs in the initial weeks. It is due to T-cell mediated cellular immune reaction. So T cells, they are very, very important for this particular cell-mediated immune reaction. The antigens against that particular cells, they gives rise to this particular cell-mediated immune response. The lymphocytes of recipient on coming contact with the HLA antigen of donor are sensitized in the case of incompatibility. Okay, so the lymphocytes of the recipient on coming contact with HLA antigens of donor, when this human leukocyte antigens of donor, they come in contact with the lymphocytes of recipient. The recipient, they have lymphocytes, and when they come in contact with the donor's HLA, that is human leukocyte antigens, are this, they get sensitized in case of incompatibility. Whenever there is incompatibility, these lymphocytes, they get sensitized. The sensitized suppressor T cell, that is CD+8, destroy the graft cells directly. Okay, so direct killer cells, CD8 killer cells, they suppressor T cells, they destroy this graft cell directly, and the activated or helper T cells, that is CD+4 cells, they secrete pro-inflammatory cytokines, which causes inflammatory destruction of the graft. So these two lymphocytes, they work differently, but the ultimate aim is the destruction of the graft cells, the destruction of the recipient cells is the main aim of the sensitized T cells, that is the lymphocytes. Okay, T lymphocyte, that is CD8 and CD4. They act against that particular recipient's cells. Okay, so they this suppressor T cells, they destroy the graft cell directly, but the activated T helper cells, they produce cytokines which causes inflammatory reaction, which gives rise to destruction of the graft cells. The T cells also plays a role in chronic graft rejection by their action on vessel wall in the graft. These T cells, they plays very important role in the chronic graft rejection reaction by their action on the vessel wall. That is, they act on the vessel wall in the graft. Elaborate cytokines which initiates the inflammation and promotes cellular proliferation. So this, by this cellular proliferation, what will going to happen with these vessels? There will be, because of cellular proliferation, what will be the next pathology? Yes, because of cellular proliferation, the clots may appear in the skin, or there may be some compression of vessels, which gives rise to ischemic changes. Okay, ischemic necrosis later on. So the T cells, it also plays a very important role in chronic graft rejection by their action on the vessel wall in the graft, which elaborates either cytokines. So there are three things caused by this particular lymphocyte. That is direct destruction of the cell. Then there is inflammatory destruction of the cell, and here inflammatory, again inflammatory inflammatory rejection with the help of cytokines, but it is very much common, and which gives rise to cellular proliferation. So this is all about of cell-mediated immune reactions, acute reactions that occurs in very much, that is very early part, initial weeks after grafting or after transplantation. So this shows this reaction, it will work out in few weeks, initial weeks. Okay. Now, humoral immune reaction. Humoral immune reaction. These reactions takes place by secretion of antibodies against that particular antigen in the this particular individual. It plays very much great role. Okay, great role in all types of graft rejection. In all types of graft rejection, that is hyperacute, acute antibody mediated, and chronic rejection. Okay, so this type of rejection that occurs in case of humoral immune reactions. I am going to stop this meeting now. I will call within 5 minutes. Okay, please be ready. Otherwise, this meeting will not get recorded. Okay, so for this problem, I have to stop here. I will call next meeting within few minutes.